So now I'm going to cook for you my fish stew. So the ingredients for this fish stew, obviously the fish, we've got some monkfish and we've got some bream. That's going to be marinated in some garlic, a little bit of rosemary. We've also got some lemon zest as well. Now the base of the stew will be onion, garlic, fennel, red pepper, tomato puree, fresh tomatoes, some fish stock, and then we're going to finish it off with some orange juice and zest, and then a little bit of saffron. So the first thing we need to do is marinate the fish. All the fish goes in. So a little bit of zest on there. Now I'm making this stew for about 4 people. So I'm looking at about 600 to 800 grams of fish. So 1 lemon zested will be just enough to make sure you get that nice little hit of zest at the end. Now we've got a little bit of rosemary, and then that'll go in with the fish as well. A little bit of pepper, and then some Cornish sea salt. A little bit of garlic as well. So just finely chop your garlic, and that's just gonna have a nice garlicky punch to it. Now that's just a personal thing. I like the garlic in there, but you don't need to add it. So just mix through the rosemary, the garlic and the lemon zest, a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we'll leave that to marinate for about 2 hours. So just put that to one side in the fridge or in a cool place. Right, so the next part of the recipe, we need to get down to cooking. Okay, so the pan's nice and hot. So I've got some oil. This is just a light rapeseed oil. And then I'm going to take my onions, the garlic, the fennel, the red peppers. So I'm looking for the vegetables just to be softened down a little bit. Take 2 or 3 minutes. I don't mind if they catch a little bit, but I don't want them caramelised. I love the smell of this. It's one of my favourite things to cook. That's what you want after about 3 minutes. Starting to soften, a little bit of colour. And the next thing we need to add is the tomato puree. So a good couple of spoonfuls of tomato puree. So it's important that you sweat off the tomato puree with the vegetables. You want to get rid of the rawness of the tomato puree, otherwise you'll end up with something that's quite orange. I'm looking for a nice deep red colour. So now the tomato puree is all sweated off, the next thing we need is the fresh tomatoes. And then I'm going to cook them down for another couple of minutes and add a pinch more salt to it as well. Okay, so we've been cooking this now for about 8 to 10 minutes, sweating everything down. Next thing we need to add in there is the fish stock. And what I'm looking for is just to cover the vegetables. I don't want the vegetables swimming in liquid. I just want them covered so that you get that nice intense flavour. So I'm going to bring that to the boil. And while we're waiting, I'm going to add the orange zest. So it's a zest of 1 orange, and then the juice. Now the last 2 things we need to add, some saffron here, and then some bay leaves. 2 bay leaves should be enough for 4 people. So now that everything's in the pan, the next thing is just to bring it to the boil. Once you get to the boil, let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be ready to add the fish. Whilst that is simmering, I'm going to make good use of my time and make a mayonnaise. So the stew's now been cooking for 20 minutes. It's come down, it's got a nice thickness to it. The only thing we need to add to it now is the fish. So in go all the pieces. This is going to take about 3 minutes from this point. So it's important that you make sure you've got everything else ready before you add the fish into the stew. Give it a little bit of stir, make sure that all the fish pieces are under the stew, otherwise they're not going to cook, they're going to poke out. And just leave that for 3 minutes, just to finish off the fish. So, stew's ready. Just going to ladle this fish and the stew into the bowl. And then I've got these croutons here which just been fried and then rubbed with garlic. And then the mayonnaise that we made earlier on. And there you have it, that's my fish stew with monkfish and bream. We've got some little croutons on the side with the mayonnaise, with the garlic and parsley. I tell you what, I know I could eat it all. These guys over in the kitchen, they're working hard, they're gonna eat it all. Not gonna be much left.